Well, again, with adult, I just kind of went into adult things. But what I miss from my childhood is sitting down and playing Mario for 3 hours, trying to beat the same level over and over again without losing losing patience, losing just joy of doing it. Right? Like I could play Mario for 3 hours trying to beat that same level and still be loving it from the minute I started. Now, if I play a game, I sit down for 15 minutes. If I haven't beat it in 15 minutes, I haven't beaten that level, or at least maybe beaten 2 levels, I'm pissed off. I'm throwing my controller through the TV. I am walking away. Like, this is just, I am so grumpy about it that I can't even function. Okay, what other things have I missed from childhood? Um, there are lots of things that I miss from childhood. I can't think of them off the top of my head, to be honest with you. Uh, I miss just the idea of being free again to do whatever you want. To say, I guess couldn't do whatever you want, but did it not feel like you could do whatever you want when you were a kid? There were obviously these ideas that, hey, you couldn't do this, but those didn't feel like restrictions, did they not, when you were a kid? When you were a kid, these restrictions were just not restrictions. They were like, okay, figure out what you want to do within this area. And that's what okay, so now I figured it out. This is what I miss. I miss the ability to just come up with something really, really fun to do within a small space. So if I'm stuck in a room for 4 hours as an adult, maybe a doctor's office, I'm sitting in an adult, I'm bored out of my mind. I'm playing on my phone after that first hour. I cannot figure a thing out to do on my after. As a kid, I could come up with millions of games. I could do an adventure. I could play on the floor. I could create a game out of the floor, right? With a piece of dirt and uh, I don't know, a speck of dust over in the corner could be something, right? Like I create an entire world, and I have no ability to do that anymore as as an adult. I've lost that ability, and that is what I miss about childhood. Wow, sitting here doing this myself makes everything so much more deep and less ranty. I don't know if I'm ranting. I don't know if ranty is a word, but I feel like I've gone off on the rails here. Maybe I do need Jack to just kind of keep me in track. But that's no fun. We fired him anyway. Okay, third one was I was told to rant about Jack. So, I have known Jack for 30 years. Now, I'm gonna say for 18 of the first, maybe seven. Nah, I'm gonna go 17 of the first years I knew him. We didn't get along. Growing up, we did not get along. I was the youngest of four. He was the second youngest of four, right? I was always taking whatever he had. He was always pushing me around, fighting, trying to fight me, put me in the worst spots for sports, right? For so that he could still play, right? We 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 fought a lot, and then we got along. It actually kind of coincided. That's a fancy word. I like that word, coincided. It coincided with him moving out. Once he moved out, and you realize that, hey, your family member is gone, and you don't have these little annoying things. We're living beside each other. You're like, hey, that was a good guy. That I like to spend time with him. But there's still things you dislike. So Jack, as anybody who's listened to any of these episodes he is very opinionated, which is we both are, to be honest. We both are opinionated, which is why we started this podcast. We are we have major opinions about anything you ask us. If you say this subject, we will have a opinion, and we will not pass on our opinion. You will tell us, oh, well, that's a wrong opinion, and we will tell you 12 reasons, even if we have no idea what the opinion is. We'll have 12 reasons why you are wrong. But Jack is just so much louder than me about it. You will get 2 words into your argument, and he will go, no, stop, you are wrong. This is why. This is Jack. Jack is summed up by interruptions. He he is the form of opinionated that just goes so far. Now, Jack will probably listen to this podcast and he will probably will be trying to interrupt me mid podcast. But this is the point of me being able to do the podcast, Jack. I can just spew out all these things about you, and you cannot say a word until I see you after, when you will have a rant. I'm sure in the next episode you will have a rant about what the things I've said about you. But I don't care. This is my time. This is Gus's time. You are opinionated, and it is hilariously frustrating. But then again, we both are. So this is great. That's just my main problem with Jack. He's a good guy. He's just opinionated, and we will fight about things for hours on end, and he will call me stupid, and I will call him a moron, and we will move on with our lives in 5 minutes after that. Okay, this has been a good podcast. It's going to be a little shorter, but I'm gonna accept that as a good podcast by myself. You probably are getting sick of listening to just Gus and no one else talking randomly, so I'm gonna go with that, and then I'm gonna do my top three. Are you ready? So for the top three today, I am gonna go completely off the map, not follow the rules whatsoever, because I found some very funny facts. On a website I found just funny facts, and so I'm not going to give you a top three. I'm going to give you as many as I feel like I can find that are funny, and then if Jack complains, which he will because he likes to complain, then he will just have to deal with it. So, funny facts top three-ish is what we're going to call it. So, funny fact number one. Most toilets flush in an E flat. That's kind of weird. Why would they flush in an E flat? I don't know. Okay, approximately 40,000 Americans are injured by toilets each year. How do you... How? How do you get injured by a toilet? That's just weird. Okay. Sean Connery wore a toupee in all of his James Bond movies. I don't understand that one. That's weird. You'll eat more than 35,000 cookies in your lifetime, on average. I will eat way more than that. Steve Jobs relieved stress by soaking his feet in Apple's company toilets. Uh, Steve Jobs was a weird man, but he was just way too smart to to for it not to work, right? Yeah. Human birth control pills work on gorillas. That's kind of weird. Why would I don't want to know the facts behind that. That's just weird. All swans in England belong to the Queen. Okay, the Queen just apparently has too much time on her hands to make up rules, and that's just one still there. So I'm just going to accept that one. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. Why would they not? That sounds amazing. Like, I would like a donut-shaped coin just for having it. I don't know. That's weird. There is a town in Canada called Dildo. Wow. If you ever look up funny town names, there's a lot of weird town names in the world. And like, I don't know. Just apparently people have too much, are just weird when they name cities. Like I realized like these were all named a long time ago, and half of things didn't mean what they meant. But it's weird. Okay, last one, as I'm just confused by that last one. Ketchup was sold in the 1830s as a medicine. I should have mentioned this in the food one. I love ketchup. Ketchup is a great product. You know why? Because if you like the taste of ketchup, you can put it on anything you don't like. If you don't like potatoes, I don't like potatoes, put ketchup on it. Literally just tastes like you're eating ketchup. If you don't like broccoli, put ketchup on it. Just tastes like ketchup. It's great. Ketchup is my main food. It is a food group to me because it just solves all problems. All right. That's our podcast for the week. Again, I apologize for if you didn't like this episode. I'm by myself. Jack may or may not be back next week. It depends whether you guys all like this or not. If you liked it, then I will kick Jack off to the curb and I will buy my own mic and fix the sound quality on this one. But for now, I'm gonna stick with maybe you guys want Jack back. We'll see. So I will see you all next week. Gus out.